Heyo, what's up guys? This is my first really weak attempt at workshop reviews. We've since the time of recording come up with a better system, but we recorded this back in early November looking at the maps that came out during the month of October 2021, throwing them in a tier list, talking about them. And we did this all live on stream, twitch.tv/TheeFURNAS. Please check it out, link in the description. Let's get into it. This is Lethamyr's Arabian Nights map. It's a standard map, so there's nothing truly special about it from that aspect, but it looks very cool. It's Arabian vibes. It's pretty cool. A really nice representation for Middle East and just that sort of vibe that hasn't really been in the game. So I like the vibe. I'm a big fan of it, but it is a standard map, so it's not crazy special other than the scenery changing. There's nothing wrong with that. You can still have a ton of fun with your friends because you can still do all the crazy different mods that are typically available to PC players, as well as like just enjoying a different scene. It's decent, but again, nothing crazy. So we're going B. But yeah, decent map. Cowboy's AlleyHoops. The hoops are not on the ground like in traditional hoops, they're up in the air. Cowboy has been killing it recently with these maps. He's a relatively new map maker as of, I believe, I don't know, maybe even summer 2021. So let's check this out. Let's see, you know, it's a popular one recently. It seems like the ceiling is a little bit raised compared to traditional hoops. Yeah, that's really high up. Realistically, performance of the map is important, and right now I turned some things up and I'm still getting 220 frames. Obviously, I'm not in an online match, but that means this map is really well optimized. Yeah, I think overall, Cowboy is killing it with his maps. I would love to do a deeper dive on all of his maps and just like rank all of them. So yeah, Cowboy's AlleyHoops. I'm not a huge hoops fan, and I don't think this does anything truly crazy, but I think it's really well executed, and it is new with bringing things up. It runs well, it's smooth, it's a new setting. I'm gonna go A. I think it's a really good map. Graviton is a ridiculous map, and you are either going to love it or hate it. I've played it a few times. So you see the arrow up there is pointing down, which means gravity is down. But as you will quickly notice, gravity can and will change. Now the arrow is pointing here, and if I jump, I go to the sidewall. And then the goals are on the side here. It's a giant hoops-like goal, but good luck getting it in the goal, and good luck playing this as a 1v1. I did a 1v1 against someone on stream. It's fun. Like, I think this is cool, but I know for a fact some people are gonna say this is like one of the worst maps ever. But you're gonna wanna play with multiple people, and don't expect it to be like 7 games of this. It gets really old, or it definitely has potential to get old really fast. But the map, the map looks decent. It's in the Rocket Labs area, so same traditional background where it's kind of Tron-like, so I don't want to drag on. Graviton, B. It's good, it's cool, it's different, but it's also a pain in the ass. Here we have Lethamyr's Go-Kart. This is one that I have not played yet. I believe you probably have to play with unlimited time and unlimited boost. It seems like gravity's high. Yeah, gravity's really high by default. But yeah, you can imagine that if you got a group of friends and made it a little bit faster, maybe boost strength is at 2 times, maybe even 5 times if you're going crazy. You can see off in the distance, there are many different tracks. Once you complete one track, you move on to the other. I don't know how many total tracks there are, but with no uncertain terms, if you're into the race maps, this one's really well done. Lethamyr doesn't disappoint. Not that you would ever expect him to, but yeah. It's a go-kart map. You got some palm trees, some dunes in the back. Very well done for race maps. There's a lot of them that are just kind of an area to like go fast. This one actually has a reason behind it. They're go-kart maps. There's different variants as you move through and complete different races. It's really well done. I'm gonna give this one an A. I think he killed it. Another one of Lethamyr's maps, the Squid Games Bridge. Squid Games, I know, you're probably tired of hearing that fucking word. I played this one actually on stream. Did a solo run. Took me over 22 minutes, I think, to get to the end. I'm just gonna keep going right to show you guys how it'll eventually fall through. There it is. So yeah, if it breaks, you fall through. And so you can play this with a group of friends, have people go in line, see how far you can make it. There are a ton of glass panels. I believe it's at least 10, if not like 13, to get to the other side. It's a ton of fun. The map, though, I don't know if it's the size or if you use some pretty high-end assets. It definitely is hard to run. So from a technical aspect, it's a little shaky. Let's just call a spade, but this is a very, very, very well done recreation of what you see in the show. Like this is sick. It's S tier, okay? But not quite S plus because of the technical side. I'm giving chat the benefit of the doubt here. It is a ridiculously cool map. Luigi's Mansion. This is a Mario Kart map recreated so you can drive around it in Rocket League. And it's a pretty cool map. I think he did a good job. It has a lap timer. See on the top right, it's behind my overlays. So I'll just do one lap to show you guys what's up. I'm just the best. See this? Hell yeah. Mechanics, baby. We got this downstairs area. We got the cemetery we're going through. He's got the different arrows. See how they're kind of like 2D, very true to Mario. Just gonna bring it on in here and it shows you your lap. If you want to go crazy, you can kind of see the whole map down here. But yeah, this is definitely a fun race map. It might be a fun hide and seek type map or even tag if you really wanted to go that way. You don't have to just race, and he did a good job with recreating the map itself. And that was Lethamyr's Luigi's Mansion. So this is a good map, and because of the versatility, I am gonna put it A. Meteors. Meteors is a very cool design, very cool concept. As you might imagine, these are meteors falling from the sky all the time. This requires the netcode plugin. That's a pretty popular one for some of the more advanced workshop maps. But this map is cool. These meteors kill you. Let's see if I can go do it. So yeah, boom, you get demolished. And they also interact with the ball right there. Kind of glitchy, but they go crazy. Now you might notice that it's not running the smoothest, and yep, you are 100% right. There's a lot of stuff going on. We're getting about 100 frames. I am on stream, so you know, grain of salt here, but I assume that once you do play with friends, that this would be one of the most enjoyable maps currently available. And overall, a very, very cool concept, cool background. You got all the lava and crazy sky, and yeah, benefit of the doubt that we were just unable to run it multiplayer because we're stupid. I'm gonna go S tier. I'm gonna go S tier. Meteors, by the way, is... I gotta give these creators a bigger shout out than I have been. Simple Shark. Simple Shark kills it. When you think about map creators right now, you think of Lethamyr, and then second, you think of Simple Shark. This dude has made so many very, very cool, well done maps. And this is another example of that. Got a little volcano going with a sausage of lava. Yeah, it's right on Steam Workshops, very accessible. Now let's go into ZGNF's Rule 1 here. It's 2 massive octanes in a Rule 1. And it's running very well, and you can see the goals are everywhere. You can score right here in the exhaust, the right side exhaust, the middle side exhaust. And moving up to the front of the car, you have the left, right windshield, the windshield left or right windows. Let's see if I can even like attempt to score one of these. Look at that, perfect shot right on. So this is one of these maps that I kind of want to put it in a category of like cool concept, but like low-key not fun to play for more than 5 minutes. If you're not a pretty mechanical player, this map is going to be a pain in the ass. Is it fun? It can be. It's super unique, but yeah, more of a proof of concept. I mean, hell, this one might even be C. It's not F because it's not bad by any means. It's just, there's not a lot of replay value, and I think I hold replayability very high up when I consider if it's a good workshop map. Is it fun more than once? This map would be fun once, and then I would never touch it again. That sounds really harsh, but that's what I'm feeling. Let's move on to this Squid Game map. Okay. So, initial impression, actually liking this map more than I thought. These are in the way, but they're not, it's not too crazy. And they did put the, the symbols from the show. My expectations were extremely low, but I kind of like this. I can see this being fun with a smaller group. I don't think you want to run 3v3 on this. It's a very small map. You guys can see it's definitely smaller than standard. And these bumps are going to be annoying, but concept, it's definitely a little low effort. You know, these are not the best graphical assets, but at the same time it matches the show. It's the set that looks like red light, green light. Yeah, it's okay. It's better than I thought, but it's still nothing special. So I'm gonna put it C. So this so far is the worst map from October. Does not mean it's bad. Worth checking out. Every single map on this list is worth checking out 100%. These ones are just at a better level. Let's go into Uneven Floor first. This is going to be very similar to the Ruffles map that I've played and posted some TikToks on, where the floor is all bumpy. Ruffles, you actually drove in the ridges and the ball bounced off the ridges. On this one, the ball bounces off the now perfect zigzags. You can kind of see here, but look at me, I'm still driving on a flat surface. It's definitely easier to play on than the Ruffles map. This map, I see has more potential because you can at least drive straight. So you can still read the ball a little bit. It's going to be wonky bounces. You're not going to have a lot of ground pinches. Like, that just went nowhere. This one looks cool. This one looks cool. I don't want to talk about it too much because I don't have a lot more to say. But it looks cool. Big fan, I think. So I'm actually, dare I put that at A? The more I talk about it, the more I think about it, it's really good. It might actually be S. It's so simple. It runs well. I didn't talk about that yet, but there was no lag on my end. It wasn't framey. I'll go S. Mid S. Okay. I've talked myself into it. You've convinced me. Last but not least, we have Whirlpool. Another ZGNF map, another good one. Let's check it out. It's like 2 toilet bowls. Seems like a relatively standard sized map, but obviously these are the goals. If you drive down here, you do die. It's on the Rocket Labs traditional background, the Tron digital type guy, so it's got that vibe. I don't know, I could see this being S. 1v1's probably not the best move unless you go boomer. You could definitely have a lot of versatility here though, replayability. See, yeah, it's just kind of going in no matter what, though. Like, is this just smack it really hard and it'll end up going in no matter what? Yeah, so like this, it is a pain to get it out. Yeah, we got to think about all the different possibilities. But you are right. You bring up a really good point, Vixel, is that it does appear like it's gonna be a high scoring game. And that's not always everyone's cup of tea. It's clean. He did a good job graphically and performance-wise, so it's gonna run really well. So I'm gonna put that normal RLC, potential S, so actual A. Yeah, I could see it A. Now that we have them all down, let's do some final tweaks. A traditional race map, you're right. Replayability, you can tweak the speed. Maybe you say fast recharge on boost instead of unlimited, or you make a time limit. You can make like games up as you want, but it's limiting. Whereas something like Luigi's Mansion is a race map at heart, but because there's a lot of area outside the track, you can get more crazy with it. And I think the replayability of that is infinitely higher, and because of that, it bumps it in front of this other race map. But then this one, man, I think this is better than the race maps just because of the fact that it's a normal mode. Yeah, it's a big goal, but there's ways to, I mean, just throw a 2v2 in there and that shouldn't be an issue. You're gonna have to have a goalie, basically. So I wanna put this up. Looking at S tier here, this is such a cool map that I wanna say it's the best one from October, but it does run horribly. This one has more potential. That is one thing about the replayability. So I didn't mention, but this Lethamyr glass bridge, the Squid games, it does randomly choose which pieces of glass are safe every time you load into the map. So it is a different combination every game, which does make it replayable in that aspect. But at the same time, you know, you sit through 20 minutes of playing this, how likely are you to come back to it? Especially as the Squid game hype dies down. It might not have that much replayability at all. And for that reason, I'm gonna move it down one. Vixel, you're saying, I wanna say Meteors was a normal map with flying meteors, the bulk of it. Yet, we'll raise that to S+. I could, kicking someone into Meteor. Yes, oh my God. Yeah, Rumble, just traditional Rumble, booting someone into Meteor. These are both, it's such a good map. Honestly, replayability, I'm just gonna keep moving this one down. I think this one should be S+. Yeah, and at the end of the day, like, it's okay if we're not perfectly consistent, right? I'm not being tested. But I want to give people a good idea of what maps they should check out if they missed them from the last month. I mean, all of these maps are worth checking out for sure. So yeah, for this month, this is an S+, boy. And, well, what are we thinking? Yeah, I don't think any of these are truly F-worthy. They're fun in their own ways. I just don't think the replayability is super high on these. Especially this Rule 1. It's like really cool initially, but it's kind of really hard. Oh, this was a good example of one. Like, if you can't air dribble and like do nasty flicks with some good accuracy, you're not gonna score. Unless maybe you use Rumble and like use spikes and unlimited boost. It really is just purely like conceptually cool. Playing actually on it, you know, the execution, a little iffy. Still worth checking out, but not the best. I think we're good. I'm gonna save this.